Hello everyone, it's Natasha from Treasure Books. Today we are making these beautiful whimsical book page flowers. They are so incredibly easy to make and they look stunning on projects. Here's a page in my journal and look how cute that looks. Any page, let's turn to any page. Here's a little envelope, look at that, finishes it perfectly off. Let's see what else have we got, just something like this. We've got some pockets here, something like this. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Then of course in an art journal it would look beautiful, and I tend to really like using flowers in this art journal, like anywhere they go. Even like, how does that look? I don't know, let's see. Or something like this. I'm really liking these flowers. I think really anything that they go on, it looks good. I think I might have already said that, but here's a little journal. I'm going to show you inside in a moment, but I thought something like this would look quite nice on a plain cover. You know, look at that, and look how it's popping up, and you can draw little stamps and have all sorts of fun with it. But I'm making another one of those pocket journals where I used the book and I created all of these pockets and I'm filling it up with stuff. I'll leave a link to that tutorial below if you haven't seen it, but look at this, just anywhere I go, pop some flowers down, you know, and it just adds so much more interest to the page, right? I think it looks so gorgeous. Anyway, let me show you how to make them. So of course we're going to need book pages, and what I did over here is I watercolored these book pages. And I actually did this ages and ages ago, and I just used different color watercolors. Obviously you have some dark, you have some light, you have some yellow, you have some green, you know, an array of different colors helps. And then also it's nice to have non-colored ones as well, and there can be a mixture of different colors, and it's just a whole lot of fun, right? So we have the book pages, and you need a Sharpie pen or any type of black marker, texter. So I'm gonna choose a page or two over here. I can't work with all of them at once, so let's go with something like this. I'm gonna start with this, and now I'm simply going to draw some flower shapes. They don't have to be perfect shapes, they can be all over the place, they can be weird, they can be wonky. It doesn't matter how many petals you put in there. You can do more than usual, I guess. You can make them large, you can make them smaller. You just go crazy with it. It's not going to look great on a page like this, but just keep going. See, they're nothing special. You just draw some shapes that resemble flowers. So here we go. And then I like to use these in-betweens for some circles. And we can have some little circles and we can have some larger circles. But I like to use up all that space. So I have this one page, and then I'm going to do the same one here, and then we can kind of mix and match when we're making the flowers, right? I don't know if you can tell or if you can hear in my voice, but I have been sick and I am currently recovering. This video wasn't supposed to happen. Today is the first day where I actually feel like I can stand, and here I am. All right, there's some more flowers. Maybe some more circles. Maybe I'll do a couple more over here. That's a crazy looking one. That looks more like a cloud than a flower, but that's the whole point, right? We want them whimsical and, you know, interesting. Here's some more circles. And now I'm going to do one on this non-watercolored book page. So I'll make some little circles, and I'll make some larger circles and some medium ones. And here's another flower. All right. So we have some shapes, we have some flowers, we have some circles. And now what we have to do is cut them out. And of course I'm going to speed this process up, but I suppose I'll just do one like this. So of course we want to keep the black. So you're kind of cutting, you know, somewhere there. So as I've just come out of a 5 days of fevers and all sorts of things, my brain is not really working properly. So I hope that what I'm saying is making sense. But as I was lying there in my fever-induced delirium, I had this idea for these flowers. And I also had another idea, and I'm going to make that video one day soon as well, I hope. All right, so there's my first shape. There's my first flower. So now you go ahead and you cut out all of your little drawings. And this is a really good activity to do, you know, in front of the TV, when you're relaxing at night, when you're resting, whatever, when when you just want to chill out. So anyway, I think I'm going to go and do that. I might go and lie down. I'm going to cut these out and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. So I have my flower shapes cut out and all these little circles here cut out. I actually cut all of them out. And now we simply start layering them. So I'm going to start with this one and I'm going to choose 2 little circles, 1 large circle and then 1 small circle, and I'm going to choose all different colors, 3 different colors. So there's that one, for example. Let's go to this one next. I'm going to choose that one and maybe a tiny little one. And you know, they don't have to be centered. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be like this, for example. These ones that I've made before, you can see like they don't have to be, you can do whatever you want. They are whimsical flowers after all. I think I do like them like that, but you know, you can have a play. All right, and now I'm just gonna keep going. And what I found is really nice is to have some of this white book page, like the non-colored book page, and it makes everything pop up a little bit more. And they just really start to come together beautifully. I like to have 2 of the little circles on top, but 1 would be fine as well, just 1. But I don't know, I like 2 better, I think. This one looks like a dancing human. There's the head, the arms, and the legs, and the dancing ghost. Okay, here we go. This is what they all look like so far. And some of them I have left with just the 1 little circle in the middle, and I might come in and put a little gem on there or something like that. So for now, all I need to do is glue them on. So this is kind of like a little production process. Cut them all out and then I place them all where I think I want them to go. And then I go ahead and glue them all in place. All right, so there's 1 done and I'm going to repeat the process with the rest. And here they are, the little lovelies. They're all glued down. Everything's in place. And now you can leave them as they are, or you can go ahead and add some gems on top and, you know, see what you prefer. I don't know, some of them I like just the way they are, and others I like to add a little something. I found that for some strange reason white enamel dots look really nice like that. That looks really, really cute. So I might add some gems and then I'm gonna make a little something with these. Here's one with a little black gem, not bad. That looks really quite cool with just the 1 little circle and then a gem on top. Finishes it off beautifully. And here we go. So some of them have gems, some of them don't, and they will look perfectly whimsical, just the way I like them. So now I thought I want to do a little project, and I'm going to use this box that I had from Legos, and I'm going to cut it down. I really love the color of the inside of the box, and I think the flowers look absolutely beautiful on that background. So that's why I'm thinking I want to make something with this, maybe like a journal card or something like that. Let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to use this, and I was inspired before. When I was going through my art journal before, I saw this and I was inspired to do some stitching. I did this in a tutorial and I'm going to link it down below, stitching on paper. And I feel like I want to do some stitching, and that's what I'm going to do. I want to stitch some stems. So basically, first thing I want to do is choose 3 flowers. I don't know why 3, I just want to have 3. All right, I'm going to go with these 3. And now I'm going to draw some stems. So I don't know if I want wiggly ones or what do I want to do. I can always rub it out if I'm not happy. I'm gonna go with that. So now, protect my desk, and I'm gonna poke some holes just on that line that I drew, or the lines that I drew. Just like that. They could even be closer together. There we go. And now I'm going to rub out the pencil marks. Don't need that anymore. That's what that looks like. It looks fine just the way it is. I don't even have to do any stitching, but I am going to stitch some stems, and I'm going to use 3 different colors. Now I'm going to stitch those stems, starting here at the back, tie a knot. If you want to see how to do this, I have a tutorial. I'm going to link it down below, stitching on paper. You can stitch anything. You can draw flowers and stitch that. You can write words and stitch that. So I'm going to do this all off camera. You can check that video out. Just a note, I'm actually doing the wrong side at the front. So that's what it looks like at the back. Only because these holes look quite large, and I just want really something quite flat also at the back, because that's going to be used for writing. So I don't want anything bumpy, and this side is a lot more bumpier. I don't know if that even makes sense, but anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'll be back when it's done. Alright, so that's the dark green. I don't even know if it looks dark green on screen. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to tie a knot here at the back. Okay, I'll show you in a moment how to kind of finish that off. And now I'm going to use perhaps this color for my next stem. Alright, time for a disclaimer. So I don't really know anything about embroidery. All of this stuff that I'm doing is self-taught. I'm not taking it too seriously because, you know, I'm not embroidering anyone's marriage pillow or anything like that. I'm just having a little bit of fun. But imagine what you could do, and me as well, of course, if you learned some embroidery skills, right? There would be no end in the things that we could do and how we could apply to making journals. But yes, I know that some of the pros out there are cringing, probably watching me doing this, but you know, I am embroidering on a Lego box, so really, I think the final effect is gonna look nice. Okay, just one more stem to go, and I'm using this black and green embroidery floss. Even something like this would look nice. Just something like that, like skip one stitch, and then, you know, that would look quite nice too. And here we go, the 3 stems are done. It looks kind of weird like this, but I think it will look nice once it's finished. And now at the back, all of these little bits, I'm gonna actually apply some masking tape. And the main reason, I guess, is just to keep everything as flat as possible at the back. And I'll do it to the top knots too. And then really just flatten everything down as much as possible. That's why I wanted this flatter side at the back. And what I mean is, you can probably see it on this one. This is what the stitching looks like on this side. It's nice and flat. But then at the back, it's quite messy and it's quite raised at the back. For this, I wanted that raised bit to be at the front and then the flat side to be at the back. But, you know, I don't know if I'm confusing you more or if this is irrelevant, because the video is about these flowers. It's not about embroidery. How did I even have this before? Now I have to remember. So it's probably a good idea to take a photo before you take your flowers off, so then you know how you had them. Is this how I had them? And I don't know. I'm wondering if I should maybe spray it with something first. What would this gold spray look like on this cardboard? I don't know unless I try. Do I want to? I might give it a go. It looks like pretty much nothing, probably a bit of waste of time to be honest, but anyway, I felt like trying it. Now I feel like adding some white splotches. I don't know. Is this even how you do it? I don't know. I see people do stuff and then I want to try it, and then it never looks the way it looks for them, but I'm gonna give it a go. Look, what am I doing? What am I doing? I just want some white splotches. Why does it have to look like this? Goodness. This is way too much trouble for some white splotches, that's for sure. I don't know, should I test it first? There we go, some white splotches. It's not bad. How's that going to look when it dries? Probably completely clear. But you know, I'm invested now, so didn't go to all this trouble for nothing. Oh, that's better if I tap it like this. I know the toothbrush thing, I know we could do, I don't know. I see all these things, but maybe it's best for me to go back to bed and get better before filming videos again. I ruined the day, didn't anyway. I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna let it dry and hope for the best. Alright, here's what that looks like. Not very great, but now I'm just gonna try and remedy the situation. I'm gonna try and make it look nice. I think once I put those flowers on top of this, everything is gonna look great. That's what I think. Let's see what happens when I put the flowers on. How did I have them again? I forgot. I think it was something like this. Okay, I'm gonna glue this on and then I'm gonna do something else. How does this look? I know it's not that great, but that's okay. That is okay. So now I'm going to glue this onto this because I want to have, you know, I'm making a little journaling spot, so I want to have a blank back. So this is, I think, avocado dyed or tea dyed. I'm pretty sure it's avocado dyed. And is it gonna fit? I think it is. I'm only applying a little bit of glue just to hold it in place because I am actually going to take this to my sewing machine and sew all around. And I think that sewing and the edge, I think it might bring everything together. All right, and here we go. Let's see. What do we think? It's fun. I think it's fun, and it was fun making it. And now I'm gonna pop this in my art journal, and I made another one. Look, this one's with no splotches. I like the splotches better. I think it looks quite nice with those splotches. And now I'm thinking I want this somewhere in my journal. I have a little pocket here. I could go there, but then it's hiding. I have a thing for flowers. You'll see there's quite a few flowers everywhere. This is also a tutorial I did a while ago on how I made those flowers. Here's another little pocket. It can go in there. There's a little something in here. I just love this so much because there's all these little surprises everywhere. And this is a very large art journal, and I just come in here every now and again. Where should I put this little guy? I mean, that's the beauty of it. It can go anywhere. So it'll be quite nice to come in here perhaps and write about today and write about, you know, how my brain is not functioning, yet here I am filming a video. The video is about making flowers, yet we went into embroidery and all that sort of stuff. But you know, that's the type of thing that I would write on this on a journaling spot. I think you know what I'm trying to say, because I don't. I think I'm trying to kind of answer a question, if you might have it in your head, of what do you do with this kind of thing. So basically it's for writing, and you can write on the back anything you want. So anyway, I am going to leave it in here so you can see there's all sorts of, this is from another tutorial that I did, all sorts of places where I can look at this. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy now, but if I was to add little flowers here and there on this page just to tie everything in, finish it off, maybe I can have, I mean, obviously this is not finished, like this is just the background and I can just keep adding and adding. But anyway, I just love coming in here and adding stuff, and I love it that I can add all of this chunky stuff. This was also another video that I did recently. You might have seen it with these, I forgot what they're called, these flowers that I used strips of paper and folded them into that flower shape, and then I popped them into this art journal. So much fun, so many fun things in here. And there we go, those are the little whimsical book page flowers. They're so much fun to make, and I think they look so beautiful on projects, and some are better than others. Like this one's not too great, but I love this one, for example. I don't know, they all have their own little personality thing going on. I think they're so much fun. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!